working as a bank teller for like 11 years. It all started when I didn't have enough to pay for the crystal. It made it funny how, out of nowhere, all this money appears. I've got a cash drawer and a keyboard, and I've got all of your info. When's the last time you saw someone with a ski mask and a gun? Dead on the inside. You gotta do it, gotta do it, gotta do it like me. When's the last time you saw someone with a ski mask and a gun? Dead on the inside. You gotta do it, gotta do it, gotta do it like me. I write false checks, I plan to counterfeits, I trim the fat from the vault. I need a John Smith or a Jane Doe, the more common the better. I resurrect the dead, I hit the ATM, and I've never been caught. I'm not the bad guy, like it's just sitting there, and the dead ain't getting any deader. When's the last time you saw someone with a ski mask and a gun? Dead on the inside. You gotta do it, gotta do it, gotta do it like me. When's the last time you saw someone with a ski mask and a gun? Dead on the inside. You gotta do it, gotta do it, gotta do it like. You gotta do it like me. It's a long run. When you catch me, I'll be long gone. It's a long road, and I'll be on it till the case goes gone. Long. When you catch me, I'll be long gone. It's a long road, and I'll be on it till the case goes gone. I'm in the Super 8, and I've been MIA for like the past 3 days. My family hates me, cause I heard the APB and I made a run for the country. I found a small town, somewhere to hide out, until I'm sure that it's safe. Cause I hid a suitcase in the crawl space, and it's full of all of your money. When's the last time you saw someone with a ski mask and a gun? Dead on the inside. You gotta do it, gotta do it, gotta do it like me. When's the last time you saw someone with a ski mask and a gun? Dead on the inside. You gotta do it, gotta do it, gotta do it like me. You gotta do it like me.
Hello, everybody. I'm back. Stream went down because of a sudden power outage. Lasted about 45 minutes. But we're here. No idea what caused that. I don't know. Maybe they hit it. It looked like there were some cars outside. Bird said he heard a loud bang. I'm thinking somebody crashed into a transformer or something. But I don't know. It's been rainy, but there wasn't really any lightning or thunder at the time. All right, well, Lapusha is here, and we were not done with this video yet. This is one of those times where Trixie Clipsy is really going to come in handy, putting the two halves of this together into one video. Because I was reacting the hell out of this video. I've been reacting to this video for like half an hour or something, more than that. It was like 40 minutes of reacting to this video on that last stream, and we're only 10 minutes into it. I know I took some diversions, but I hadn't realized how off I was truly going on this. So, you know, uh, it's got to continue. Let's finish this fucking terrible video.
When you go to China in the 13th century, where they're not slaves.
I need to emphasize to people who are watching this as a clip that's been edited together later that I spent about 45 minutes dealing with a power outage just now. So going back to this video, having forgotten where it was at when I paused it, like there was another super chat. It was from Cosmic Blue. So as soon as they get back, we can ask them what it was about. I forgot. I mean, I told Bird about this in between about this video about Sketch. Bird had heard of Sketch. He knew the meme, the sup dog or whatever the thing he says is. Like, Bird knew that. And he also knew about this controversy, that he had been caught doing gay porn and people were upset about it. It seemed like that's as far as he knows the story either. That seems to be all this video is saying, right? Is this guy does gay porn and that's not good, I think. He hasn't really even made a stance on it. It's just kind of talking about the fact that he's done it, and now it's in the history of actors and sex work section of the video where we're talking about like Greek and Chinese slaves. So when I hit unpause, and that's the first thing I heard was when we go to the 13th century China, they weren't slaves, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this video? What the fuck is this video? This was a video about about an internet streamer doing gay porn, and somehow it's gotten onto the subject of 13th century Chinese sex work. Why is it like this? Oh, I'm glad it pulled me right back in. Less than a sentence it took to pull me right back into remembering how fucking weird and awful this video is.
They're free-willing participants who are going town to town, acting and spreading entertainment. The issue is, this is prior to people really understanding the value of that. This is pre-TikTok. This is pre-Twitch, pre-YouTube, pre-Hollywood, right? There's no understanding that they are providing a genuine service that could be appreciated by everyone.
What do you mean?
So them acting town to town was also them selling themselves town to town, because after they got off stage, they'd interact with...
What? How is that different from the... They didn't have the means to get more popular, so it was just them making money off of whoever was in front of them instead of... Like, this isn't something that needs to be explained.
Townspeople come to agreements and perform acts that adults perform together to support their lifestyle and make it to the next town so they could do the same thing.
Why is this in this video?
In the next town, and the next town, and so on and so forth. So again, we now have the pairing of theatrics, entertainment being directly tied to X work. Then along comes Kabuki in Japan, and this time the connection between the two is right in everyone's face. It is very clear that the Kabuki actors are going to perform acts for people that have the money to patronage them and support their troupe. Again, making this connection inescapable for all of us.
What are you fucking talking about?
A little bit, especially once we get into the 18th and 19th century. Now, the wealthy kind of understand this connection between the...
Also, is he like playing one of Sketch's like videos in the background and it's just been blurred and like it would be visible? Because it feels like I'm looking at literally nothing. I am looking at a blurry nothing. I can't tell what's supposed to be happening in this clip or footage. It's just nothing. So I'm looking at nothing. He's telling me a bunch of nonsensical, disconnected little tidbits of random world history dating back forever. This is the most fucking inane video I have maybe ever seen. Cosmic Blue, glad to have you back. Remind us what you super chatted.
Tricks, entertainment, and X work. And so they try to clean it up a bit, right? They now want the actors for themselves, but they don't want the commoner to know that that's what they're doing with this actor. And so it gets hidden a little bit. We don't understand that, oh, this actor is supporting themselves through a different kind of thing. And this kind of goes on from 18th and 19th century all the way up into the 21st. Then once you get to the 20th and 21st century, it's almost there is very small amount of X
Thank
work being
you.
performed by the actors, and most of it is just truly high class people patronage
Hearing him say X work makes me want to fucking punch a baby in the face.
them and supporting their arts.
Their transformer blow up. I think somebody crashed into one, possibly.
But now I think in the 21st century, we are circling back to that original deep and inescapable connection between X work and entertainment work. And I think that you see that happen
Amy working at X? No, thank you.
with people like Sketch so easily transitioning from Jamie Marr into Sketch and likely back to Jamie Marr behind the scenes for the people that are supporting.
Imagine having Elon Musk as a boss. He just like wanders into your office, mumbles some shit at you, and leaves, and then like somebody else has to come in and tell you what the fuck that guy just said.
I don't want to point fingers or make accusations about people, but whenever there is large amounts of money being exchanged, we've learned through the Me Too movement and things of the likes that typically that comes with some sort of eye for an eye kind of thing, or you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back, or vice versa. So there's that. This is not
I bet he wants to scratch Sketch's back, if you know what I'm saying.
new. This is not a phenomenon created by Jamie Marr and Sketch and Kylie Cox. This is something intrinsic to the world that he found himself drawn to. And
This motherfucker felt that he needed to explain that sex work has existed before Sketch started doing it. That was the thesis of this segment. How many minutes was this? 5 minutes explaining the history of sex work so that we would understand that Sketch did not invent sex work. That was the thesis of this segment. Bruh.
And whether he knew it or not, he understood the philosophy of this world. He understood what the world asked of him, and he gave it to them. And we see the benefits and successes that you can draw from doing the thing that is required of you, for lack of a better term. It's very hard to talk about this under the censorship of our good old-fashioned media overlords.
It's
But
not.
with that, I leave you to make your own decisions.
He must
and
think
thoughts
YouTube
and feelings
censorship is
about
way more
this
intense than
information
it
that I've shared
is.
today.
Or he's just being, I mean, yeah, YouTube censorship is really brutal if you are trying to get full advertising dollars on your, like, not trying to have limited ads. It just makes you a big pussy. It means money is more important to you than integrity or sending a message or actually saying what you're trying to say. So fuck you.
I am very interested to see how to Sketch respond to the resurfacing of Jamie Marr. Perhaps I am over-exaggerating the importance of my video. Perhaps it will reach the same 300 people that it always does, and it actually won't reach Sketch, and he won't have to address these.
Well, my video will probably just reach the same 300 people that it always does. I almost feel sorry for him now. If you were only expecting 300 people to see your video and 800,000 people saw it, and it's this bad of a video, ooh, I'm sure I'm not the first video taking this video apart. I hope I'm the best one, though. I hope if this guy only sees one video about why his video sucks, I hope it's mine.
Thanks.
Because you can come to the light. Join my LGBT trans furry cult, and you'll be okay. All of you. You all know. You're already in it. But the rest of you watching the VOD and sharing it to other people, let them know. Actually, no, the people watching the clip. If you're watching the clip, just know there is a place for you in my community if you are schizophrenic, autistic, LGBT, and furry. Anything less than all four of those, you might struggle. But there's definitely a home for you if you're a schizophrenic, autistic, gay, furry in my community. I promise. I'm collecting all of them.
But if it does, I would like to see how do people respond to this. I think we've seen in previous years being LGBTQ plus.
We have furries and Umineko fans and furry Umineko fans. Amy says
comfortable and sharing this, knowing that. I mean, I think to situations like Isaiah Rashad, where a similar kind of revelation happened, and most people leaned into him and supported him. And so I would love to see the same thing happen for Kylie Cox. And in fact, I would love to see Kylie Cox actually stand on this. And
Orluna, I'm not surprised that this video had its intended effect, because most people are stupid, and the dumber something is, the better it'll work. Look at so the title of my last stream, I didn't really have time to explain it. I'll get to that after I finish this, actually. Remind me as soon as we're done with this video to explain why I chose the title of the last stream.
Use it as a learning experience, a teaching experience, a way to enrich and deepen his presence online and his partnerships. And I'd love to see how his partnerships respond. You know, do the Texans continue to lean into him? Do Kai Cenat and AMP continue to lean into him? Will Fortnite lean into him, or will we all shy away and say this is not brand safe? I guess time will tell. With that, again, I have to I want to caveat the way that I started this.
This idea says, I do not have schizophrenia, nor have I been diagnosed to be on the spectrum, but this community she's building has been fairly nice. Well, that's good. You can also substitute schizophrenia for like BPD or dissociative identity disorder, or like, what other types do we have around? We've probably got some if you're just like really disabled in a way where like all you can do is use the internet because like the real world hurts to like exist in. Also, this is a good place because I stream all the time, so you'll always have something to do, you know. And I stream outside, so I'll like take you to the national parks, like, you know, in Sword Art Online when they take the girl with AIDS around in like the little robot camera on the shoulder to go to school with her. I could do that for you. I can be your Sword Art Online girl with AIDS camera shoulder carrier.
This is not about shaming Kylie.
Shoulder
he has the
camera
right to
carrier.
live his life. And he was a consenting adult with other consenting adults, so no one was hurt or harmed. But I do think that it is very important for online personalities to share things.
So did this guy like break this news or what? Like, did people not know about this? Why did this video that sucks so badly get so many views talking about this? Like, why? How was this the first one, or like the one? Is it just writing off the back of other videos that are more successful about it? He really broke this. How the fuck did this guy find out about this before anybody else? Just because he was really into the porn? It really must be that he was just really, really, really into the porn, right? Like, did he do this for clout? Did he do this for money? Did he just do it autistically, thinking it would be that it was necessary because it's considered newsworthy by the definition of newsworthy? Like, why? What was the fucking motive here? Hey guys, I noticed that this porn I like is sketch.
And I suppose they don't have to, but most times their previous life gets researched.
Someone on Insta commented it as a suggestion. Oh my god.
In conclusion,
well, so then, how did they know that he knew? Had he like said it somewhere? Like he just hinted that he knew this, and so, or people told him about it? Like, how did he know?
Kylie's journey from Jamie to sketch mirrors the historical path that most actors took, from social outcast to celebrity. And this is just the nature of online personas and how to navigate it. Hopefully from this, we can learn how to explore your past digital identity and your new digital identity in this age of entertainment and
what the fuck
online
are you talking
service.
about? Why are you trying to add so much depth to this? Like, this is what the word pretentious actually means. Like, stuff that's just artsy or unique or like different gets called pretentious all the times by people like who don't understand it. But what pretentious actually is when you say a whole bunch of nothing and then you say, I hope I've just given you the tools to really think about how to put yourself into perspective in the modern day. Bruh, you didn't do any of that. You did nothing. You did less. Actually, you did less than nothing. You had a negative impact on reality with this video. This video made the world worse. It made people worse. It made collective thought worse. It's not healthy. Like, the best that could possibly come of this video is people see my reaction to it and realize that this kind of thing needs to stop and that this can't be seen as cool, that this sucks. And that you should laugh at who was it you said, XQC or whatever, who watched this and was all like, oh, this is crazy. Yeah, obviously that guy is a fucking dweeb and you should not be watching that kind of content. All right.
What do you think about Sketches Past? Does it matter? How do we approach this issue? Let me know in the comments. And again, I want to emphasize, let's treat both him, myself, anyone he worked with, anyone.
Pocketbook, your content fucking sucks. Sorry, your content fucking sucks. That really sucked. It was very bad. All right, I said I was going to explain. Paid in independence. Whatever. All right. Nope, wrong button. I want view my channel. Okay, so my last stream, I titled it, "We Don't Make Sense, We Make Chicken." I had intended to explain it before the stream went down. It's a Popeyes slogan. I heard it in a commercial for Popeyes. They said, "We don't make sense, we make chicken." And I only caught it because I had already gotten confused by the commercial. Because they had said something like, "We perfected our boneless recipe and it'll make bone deniers weep." And I was like, wait, what? Wouldn't bone deniers be people who don't like bone in chicken? Why would you use that to have? And then it said, "We don't make sense, we make chicken." And I thought, did I mishear the commercial, or was the commercial confusing on purpose because we don't make sense, we make chicken? Now, over the last 10 years, I haven't watched a lot of television. I've been, mostly just not around the TV. But I've been living with my granddad and my parents. My granddad's someone who watches television all day. And TV commercials have gotten so fucking weird. Like, all of them are just the weirdest, most nonsensical, like, head-scratching, like, deliberately confusing shit. And everything surrounding that, the commercials, like, everything about television gives the impression of it's there to make you as angry as possible. And I guess the internet feels that way too, but the internet does it in a much more direct way, where the internet's like topical. It's like, get angry about this, get angry about this type of person, get angry about this subject. The TV just wants you angry and like confused and like if you're thinking about anything, you're thinking about the TV. Like, you're either not thinking and just letting it wash over you, or you're thinking about how wrong whatever you just heard or saw is. And I think it's because the only kind of people who still watch TV are people who like don't know how to do anything else. Like my granddad, he's 90. He doesn't know how to use computers. He can barely move to he doesn't have the dexterity. He wouldn't be able to. He could barely operate the television. None of the ads are for him because he's not buying anything. They're for everybody who's in the environment, everyone who happens to be around this television, and most of it's aimed at people my parents' age, the last generation that reliably consumes television on purpose. But internet ads are totally different. And I don't see a lot of these either because I use Brave browser. I am extremely anti-advertising. I really, really don't want to see ads. I go to such great lengths. And so I notice every time I consume an ad, and it's always because of somebody else. It's either my granddad's watching TV or Bird is watching, say, House, and there's little ad breaks in between, or The Boys on Amazon. And you get these little ad breaks, and they make sense on the internet. Like, it tells you what the product is. It tells you what it's selling. It's, like it's trying to sell you something. And on the TV, again, Like all they care about is getting the name of the product in there and being memorable. And they will do anything to be memorable. And it'll be the weirdest, most confusing, like a substantial number of commercials literally just say contradictory things or nonsense. Like, again, the Popeyes commercial, from what I overheard, it seems to say, we perfected our boneless recipe, and people who don't like bone-in chicken are going to be weeping. I was just like, wait, what? And then it said, we don't make sense, we make chicken. And I was like, wait, what? You can't, that can't be your ad. Not making sense can't be your selling point. Anyway, that's why I named it that. TV ads have gotten really fucking strange and confusing, but I figured if the technique works, I'm going to copy it. Like, let's see if people will just click on something because we don't make sense, we make chicken sounds pithy and, slogany. Let's see if we can bring some of that TV magic to the internet. See how it works. It just really sat in my head when I heard it. All right. Let's watch that Cosmic Blue super chat request was for Elephant's Garden by Felix Colgrave. All right. Believe we've watched a few of this person's animations, and they've all been pretty sick. So I expect this will also be pretty sick. Smooth McGroove looking motherfucking. Was that a goat? Was he just like pushing a goat? Nice son. Whoa. Cool. Oh, hey. Man, there's definitely like a type of a thing that this dude likes to draw. This should be jamming. The Elephant's Garden. Llama. Uh-oh. Don't eat the llama. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh, that's awesome. I wonder if there's any real creatures that have like a teeth like that. Oh, big boy. He's shitting? Oh, he's birthing. She's birthing, I guess. She birthing. I guess I have no reason to assume that the same gender's birth in this species as do in human species. Uh-oh. That thing's gonna eat all the babies. Nope, too many. So geeked about it. That was a weird random vomiting turtle thing. Oh. Gone sexual. Oh, get fucked. A lot of what this guy does falls into a category, a genre that I'm going to call the food chain genre of animation, which is like, wacky creatures rapidly eating one another or murdering one another, or like just a display of the food chain in rapid succession. I first encountered this trope at the start of a Beast Wars episode. There's a Beast Wars episode that starts off with like a food chain example. And then there's the start of One Piece Strong World. It's a perfect example. Most of this guy's videos. I'm trying to think. There's another one I had in mind. I don't think I've seen I've never seen the Food Chain episode of Adventure Time that was directed by Masaaki Yuasa, but I'd assume it's probably that type of thing. Super Jail kind of does that too. It's not necessarily like a food chain thing with Super Jail, but it is the same kind of thing. Alan said, I wish I could understand what goes inside the heads of people who make weird art like this. I promise it's not that complicated. But you got to remember, especially with animation, that the finished product feels like this intense, surging, like, ball of weirdness. But, like, when you imagine the actual process of creating this, it doesn't seem that weird because it's like, okay, I'm gonna draw like a cool sun making like a weird face, you know? Like it just starts with you imagining like what if the sun had a face, which isn't that odd of like a concept. Like the Teletubbies has a baby face in the sun, you know. Soul Eater famously has the smiling face. Like, you know, it's just like this guy doing his own art style version of like, what do I think the sun's face would look like, you know? What if I put his nostrils all the way up in the middle of his brow? Like, just, I guess I would call it thousands of compounding small decisions. You know, like you're drawing the sun, and then you think, what if I had some horns? That would look cool, you know? And then you're drawing the sun rays, and you think, well, it would be boring to just color this one color. What if I drew like a little pattern inside of it, you know? And then what if like a creature stomped the floor, but like you know, the mud was a bunch of different colors. This is just elephants, you know, just his idea of what a goofy looking elephant would look like. This feels like it was mostly about this, you know, this idea for teeth. Like, what if there was a creature that used like what do they call them? Not ping pong, pinball, like pinball flappers, you know, connected to rods for teeth. What would that creature look like? And then you imagine it. And then at some point, you've drawn 5 minutes worth of weird shit, and you put that into a movie. You know, that's how I would imagine something like this goes. Just keep drawing stuff on like one train of thought until you have a thing. All right, Lapucia with Australian says $10 says, watch Vicky's baddest moments on Lucas and David Williams' channel. Okay. Do we want this one from season 2? Because it's got baddest in the title, so I assume that's the one. Who are Matt Lucas and David Williams? Who's Vicky? How do you always manage to find a way to show me something that I've never heard of any amount of it? Like no context, no understanding, no clue what it is. What's up, isn't it? I should have realized. I was like, I know British people talk fast, but this seems a bit much. I can't even understand what she's saying. Let's go. Did she call herself educationally subnormal? That's kind of funny. Because it's such a, you know, big, complicated word. No, the message of this video is not supposed to be British people are annoying. That's how it feels. And that just exists out there, or is this like a far-flung character? Like, is this like something that every English person has to deal with, or is this like uniquely horrible? I don't.
I know she only made her stay late because she wanted to get off with her. Because when she was telling her off, her legs were wide open and Candice reckoned she could see it.
This is the British Karen. I get that's kind of the vibe I'm getting, but she's not. Because like a Karen, as I understand them, is usually a yuppie, like like an entitled rich person. This woman's like a broke, like idiot. Like she's dumb and she's robbing the grocery store. So she kind of comes off as more of like I don't know, like a trailer trash type. Maybe that's just how my American brain interprets this type of thing. A bogan, if we're using Australian stereotypes, like yeah, ratchet. That would be the American stereotype. It's hard to power through. I'm not gonna lie, because like here in America, at least the trailer trash usually have like Southern accents, which I'm attracted to. This is like unlistenable. Like this voice and this attitude is like, oh God, like if I heard this happening in a real place I was at, I would just leave the area. Like if somebody was talking like this anywhere near me, I would simply walk away and not get close. That last one was really good. That was a great Drake joke in my mind. Oh boy. Well, that was weird. I can't say I found much of that very funny or even intelligible, but the last bit was good. New Denzel Curry songs. Oh, I guess his album is out. Hey, the new Denzel Curry album is out. Ultra Shit. That's a hell of a song title. Or maybe it's supposed to be Ultra Shot. I think it's supposed to be Ultra Shot, but if you put an X in the place of your vowel, I'm going to go for the swear word. Oops. Well, anybody else got anything else they want me to watch by way of request? Choose wisely interlude. I will choose wisely. I'm choosing Ultra. Yeah, copyrighted. Look, the reality is these streams always get copyright claimed. There's not like I mean, there's a couple that are not. Okay, let's see. We can turn monetization on this stream that we're doing right now while we're at it. While we're back here. But look at this. I mean, copyright, ad suitability, and oh, this one's just ad suitability. Well, that's not surprising, really. Ad suitability and copyright, ad suitability, copyright, ad suitability, copyright, ad suitability, copyright, ad suitability, copyright. This one's just unlisted in the first place. Copyright, ad suitability, and copyright, ad suitability. Here we go. Too many games the last 2 hours. That's the last time I did a live stream besides the one just earlier. And that's just because I didn't have time to watch anything copyrighted. I mean, I started that one off with an Alice Long You Gao song, didn't I? I'm surprised. I think that song is just too new to be copyrighted yet. Like that song had just come out. So it didn't have a copyright to be claimed yet. Umineko, though. Umineko is safe. So Umineko might be the one series I'm going to do where I'm going to be able to monetize all of it. That'd be awesome. All right, Yakuman has given £20 for Popey, episodes 12 through 16. Fun fact, Popey is loosely based on Picasso's Family of Saltimbanques, a painting of circus performers as an isolated group in the desert, an image that symbolizes the poor, independent, and isolated. Huh. That sounds like me. Poor, independent, and isolated. Family of Saltimbanques. And this inspired Popey, huh? This seems way moodier and more serious than Popey the Performer. They don't look like they're doing anything funny or crazy. They're just like kind of chilling there. Anyway. Popey. I'm kind of curious about this, by the way. I feel like this is a video that must be infuriating, but maybe the conclusion they'll come to is that it does deserve its reputation. I don't know. Stuffed alpaca is a good name. I would hate for it to be a video that was infuriating. Somebody let me know if they've seen that and if it is cool or not. All right, it's Popey time. Also, even if the Denzel Curry song didn't get copyrighted, Popey the Performer does. Popey the Performer does get copyright. I mean, it's a revenue share. The videos don't get blocked, but again, almost everything I watch at least creates a revenue share. It's a lot more rare that it actually gets outright blocked, and that really depends on what it is. But I always remove those segments afterwards anyways, so I don't know. I'm not trying to avoid the copyright that hard. Uh-oh. You done, Popey. Oh, he saved it. Nice. I love that in this show there's always these moments where, like, for just a second it feels like a real kids show, and then like it always subverts it. It'll be like, and then he saved him, and they had a moment of friendship, and then the mask fell off and the bomb went off anyway. Luna, Brigadoon may in fact be one of the least valuable intellectual property I've ever heard of. But we're gonna change that. Remember, it's never too late for something to become a cult classic. All those faces are awesome. I feel like that's the first real major format break we've gotten in a while. The Brigagooners. I feel like there was an episode where like early on we had very little of the actual like set, and then there was one episode where like we flew around the whole set, we kind of saw everything, and since then they've used a lot more of the set. And then this is the first time they've both like really left the set and added like whole new expressions in for the wolf character. So it feels like, oh, like you can feel this sense that every once in a while they're like slowly building new assets in the background and then incorporating them into the show as they go. It's nice. I never get tired of the fucking music. The music is so good. I really want a beat made out of this to rap over. Amy, it's your favorite body horror. Oh my god. Flowers. That looks cool. This is an underrated Popey image. Like if I was gonna have Popey as my avatar online, I would definitely pick Flowers Eyes Popey. Something about just putting that extra couple seconds of him reaching around, grasping for the thing before stabbing him. Like classic horror movie trope. Really good. The audio is going like around through the headphones right now. This is amazing. That might be an even better underrated Popey. I love that episode. That was great. The ones where Popey is really the victim tend to be a lot of the funniest ones, where it's just like, because in order for to be like going wrong for him, it must be going really wrong. Like his eyes came out and broke on the ground and replaced with a fucking radio Transmitter. Receiver, I mean. Yeah, that was hilarious. Oh no! Not this again. I like that that's like the... Oh boy. Whoa. Holy shit. What in the fuck? It's doing that audio thing again. Oh my god. He's a better magician than you, Popey. Oh, and he cut him in half somehow. Amazing. Oh shit. I was gonna say that I loved how like the show portrays it like the everyday state of Popey and Wolfman is just him being cut in half. It's his dad? This is his dad? Oh my god. Is that just what you're all assuming, or? Get fucked. Is Popey just trying to call his bluff, or you just want him dead because he's better? He definitely thought he had killed him, right? He was pretty happy about it. Wow. The substitution jutsu is fucking on it. The fact that the music has just gotten weirder is a real way to up the ante in the show overall. What the fuck? Oh my god. It's an illusion, Popey. Your mind is playing tricks on you. You don't believe he could be dead. It's you. It's you, Popey. He's inside of you. Popey committed suicide. Hey, he did it. He won. Hey, he's getting congratulated. Daddy's proud of his son. Oops. I guess he hasn't gotten the science down yet. Ellen said that guy sawing himself in half might have made me change the channel in fear. Honestly, just the fact that there's no blood, I don't think I would have registered it as like violence as a kid. I would have just been like, oh, that guy cut himself in half. Now he's back, you know? Like, I wouldn't have understood it in like a realistic context, I think, because it's so wacky. And I remind everybody, as weird as this show is, a lot of it is that it's got like a horror tinged presentation, but like the actual what's happening is not that different from a Looney Tunes cartoon, like where they used to just blow each other up and shit like constantly. was blood. It was from his mouth, though, not from the wound. I don't think I, as a kid, understood the concept. I remember when I discovered the concept of internal bleeding, and I think I was probably like 9 or 10. I think it was literally like me asking my older cousin, like, why is he bleeding from his mouth? Oh, well, when you get, when you get punched, internal bleeding. There's blood on his hand too. I didn't even notice. This is meant to be like training or something. Oasis. They're on a vision quest. That animation, I love it. It's weird. It looks like it might have been done in MS Paint. He did it. Gotta be a little more delusional, Popey. You can do it. Tore his own ears off. Oh my god. You can do it. Unlock the visionary power. Oh, what? Knife. Throw the knife. Throw a giant knife. Oh my god. Incredible. This is fucking amazing. That was an awesome sequence. That was fucking amazing and hilarious. And so weird. I feel like introducing Popey's dad has made this much more anime. Assemblance says, wait, why am I the only one here? Because you're on Twitch. You are probably the only person on the Twitch viewing. I always address anybody who posts in Twitch chat because I don't want them to feel alone. Everyone else is watching on YouTube, but I restream it from both. Anyway, ever since they introduced Popey's dad, it started feeling a lot more anime to me in the sense that there's like a little bit of this extra, just something about his dad taking his own head off to dodge a gigantic sword cutting across was a very anime image to me in a way that the show hasn't been until that moment where I was like, oh yes, this is in fact anime. Oh, he did it. Bring it, bitch. Yep. That happened in Ideon. That was almost exactly like what happens in Ideon. Different camera angle. What the fuck? Did he go back in time? He slapped him back in the last 5 minutes? Oh no. Ah. Who's gonna slap him into 5 minutes ago now? Himself? I love how emotional he always gets over killing everyone. Oh, it's a time bomb, of course. Okay, so there's a multiplication factor going here as well. We're soon gonna end up with like 6 of these guys. Later assemblant, I understand needing to be able to save your sanity from watching Pope perform. Not me, though. I never do anything to save my sanity. Too many. Way too many. All right, that was amazing. Hayden says, bowling alley animations when you get a strike be like. That was great. I love it. All right. Anybody else got anything else they want me to watch? Or I'll go find something else for myself to look at, I guess. Oh, yeah. I was listening to this new Denzel Curry album. Over an hour into Pope rating so far. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. It's always funny. It's always imaginative. It's always interesting. I don't think I don't think every single joke always lands necessarily. Certain ones certainly land harder. Sometimes you'll be like, "What's going on?" and then you realize it's set up for something that's extremely funny. It's just really good. The music's great. The concept is great. I mean, in fairness, it's probably should just be considered a 10 out of 10. It should just be regarded as a classic. I don't really believe scores are worth anything, you know. I only gave it this. You said rating so I just thought, okay, that means like a score. But oh wow, I guess Denzel Curry and Childish Gambino both just dropped a new album at the same time. Well, this is a hell of a fucking New Music Friday. I know what I'm going to be doing for when I'm not streaming today. Is listening to these back to back. Part of me just wants to go do that. And if I don't get a request anytime in the next few minutes, I am going to end the stream and I'm going to go listen to the new Childish Gambino and Denzel Curry albums. Because I'm not really tired. I have to pee. How does Orluna have such similar taste to you? Because I have cultivated a very unique community here. I think there's a certain number of like shared reference points that people have to be able to communicate easily. And that's part of what I'm trying to create here is like to kind of like whatever each of us doesn't know, we'll all kind of end up knowing it. Like whoever hasn't seen Popey the Performer that's watching this show almost guaranteed now has seen some Popey the Performer. You know, we're going to group watch Brigadoon next month. So like I mean, not everybody who watches the show is going to watch every single group watch probably, but you will be able to have a pretty strong bet that everybody around you look to your left, look to your right, everyone's seen Brigadoon. Like that's going to be the goal by halfway through August. Yeah, a few more things. Just there's only a few of you here, but you know, people will see this VOD and everything. But to those of you who are here, thank you. Thank you for being here. I had kind of a shitty day. And this was easily the most fun I've had today. Getting a little low, and it becomes hard for me to really talk or do things. And I have to get myself like really worked up to do it. So I spent like a considerable amount of time today just trying to work myself up to the level of like doing anything. Luckily, when I'm in those kind of moods, I do tend to post a lot more on Discord. So like when I'm feeling really dissociated and out of it and not able to speak, I will more likely start typing more. So I was in Discord for part of today, and that was fun. I love the Discord. Anybody who's not in the Discord doesn't know about it. You have to go to the We Watch Anime channel's about page. I always kind of bury information about it because I'm not trying to flood my Discord. But if you're hearing this part of this VOD, you can probably be in the Discord. And it's always been a great place. I'm trying to put together a collection of all of the trans girl onboarding links. I know this might be a confusing way to phrase it. Nobody's responded to my tweet yet, so I'll have to rephrase it in the tweet. But like, there's a lot of links. I know they're out there to like trans resources, like where to start as a trans girl. People gave me these links, but I didn't hold on to them. And I now need to pass these links along, and I need to have all the links. So if anybody has all the trans girl onboarding links, please pass those along to me. Check this out also. Yeah. I don't need the screen for this part. Hold on. Okay. I created a journal. Trixie Stork is the golden witch of time and fire and more. Also known as the Girl from Nowhere, Acid Girl, Goldie Witch, Deep Purple, Trixie the Chopper, A-Log Executioner, Rogue Alien Pet performing excellent rhymes, Bee the Honey, Pure Gundanium, The Great Pumpkin, Boogie Pop Duo, The Witch in Gold, Baroness Phantom, Devil Lady Dancer, Tetsuan Iron Chan, Ghoster, Void Gazer, Mother Heaven, Manic Pixie Nightmare, Antigone, Oldest of the New School, Sun Queen, W.I., Firewoman, Red Sparrow, Hero of the Villains, and Queen Dissociative. That's just a short list of some of my AKAs. So then you've got, this book belongs to Trixie Stork with my email. Yearly goals, end year with more money than that anime snob. That's the only yearly goal I've got so far. This isn't a journal. This is a something much more important, calendar book. I've scribbled my birthdays and the birthdays of my family over the already past holidays on the holidays list. Also, there's some pages of some months that I didn't need, so I was trying to practice what it would look like to sign Trixie Stork as a signature. I couldn't really nail it down, though. Here's the important part, though. Your July schedule. So we've just crossed Thursday here. So this was today. So tomorrow, Simone Group Watch episode 7 through 11 at 7:30 p.m. Then we'll do reading on Saturday. I mean, you've already seen this calendar, but the more interesting part, I've got my in-depth descriptions. They're not very in-depth, but the first 2 weeks of August, it's pretty much the same thing. You got Golden Witch Wednesdays every Wednesday, but hey, look, it's Brigadoon this time instead of Simone. So there you go. It'll take us from August 2nd to August 16th to watch Brigadoon. I haven't planned out any movies that I don't know how that's going to go. I had it on the schedule that on Mondays we'll do a movie night. And my plan is for it mostly to be requests. And then maybe either before the requests or after the requests, we'll watch a movie. I haven't decided what time or anything. I have not decided any other anime for group watches. I'm scared of planning too far ahead because I kind of want to see what the culture is like by this point, right? Because this is a whole month ahead of time already. By the time we are a month ahead of now, I don't know how different my audience will look. If I'll have gotten new people with more interest. Basically, I want to see what people are interested in, right? So far, I picked Simone as the first show because it's very trans, very lesbian, and it's relatively short and very obscure. I know that nobody else there's not already a cult fan base for Simone. It's me and 10 other people, Brigadoon is pretty much just Aura Luna and 10 other people, So I'm looking at that. So if there's a show that you love, that you think everybody who watches these streams might love, but nobody's talking about it, that would probably be categorically the type of stuff I'm looking for, but it has to be really specific. It has to be really, really specific. Ellen keeps saying Rosin Maiden, and I've never been under the impression that the original Rosin Maiden anime was very good. But is Rosin Maiden worthwhile as an anime? I always thought it was more of a people like the manga thing. Or are there a lot of trans folks on here? Yes, I would say it's mostly trans folks. There's a it's mostly LGBT neurodivergent furries. That is my audience. The majority, I would say 100% neurodivergent, about 75% furry, 95% anime fans, maybe like 20 or 30% music fans, like 50% independent animation fans, which I want that number to grow. I would love to talk about more indie animation than anime. So I'm kind of focused on, if we're going to talk about anime, it has to be like so obscure that no one's making money off of it. Like, we're just trying to make more people see Simone, be inspired by it, see Brigadoon and be inspired by it, not necessarily to like, because like, I don't think Simone is necessarily an amazing show, but it's full of really interesting ideas. Like, as soon as somebody said that it should be made into an RPG, I was like, fuck, that would be so, like, this game should be demade into like a Dreamcast, not even Dreamcast, a Sega Saturn style, Magic Knight Rayearth style, like, action RPG, and it would just go over better, I think. Moomin and Ojamaja Doremi, no, I wouldn't do those. Not only because they do have their own big cult fan bases, but also they are too long. And I'm really looking for non-mainstream, non-commercial. Like, again, no one's making money off of Simone. No one's making money off of Brigadoon. They're not. There's no products for sale. Neither one has even gotten a Blu-ray re-release. Maybe Brigadoon has, I don't know. But I know Simone hasn't, even in Japan. Like, I'm looking for stuff that is truly forgotten about, truly just for our audience. Like, stuff that you'll be able to identify that somebody watches my streams because they've heard of this show. Like, if you start a conversation with somebody and they're talking about Shimoon and fucking Brigadoon, you know they watch Trixie the Golden Witch. That's the way I want it to be like, you know? Stuff like that. Even Popey the Performer is like a lot more popular than I am. You know, this is 12 million views just on this little... There are not 12 million people who have heard of Brigadoon or Shimoon. There just aren't even that many who have heard of them. Do I know the mascot of Brigadoon is voiced by Nonon Kill La Kill and Haruka Fulikuli? You did mention this before. Yeah, she's amazing. She's almost exclusively in Gainax and Trigger shows. I'm trying to remember her name, but she's like an actual actress. Like, she is a live action actress. That's why she doesn't do a ton of anime. Why is her name not coming into my head? Mayumi Shintani. Yeah, she's got the weirdest fucking voice, and I love it so much. Okay, maybe she's done more. Maybe she's actually done more voice acting than live action work. I was under the impression she's like an actress first and a voice actress second, but she's just she's almost only been in Gainax and Trigger shows. It really makes me think that she's just like friends with somebody who works at those studios or something. Like, maybe she's just literally friends with Imaishi. I don't know. But she was in the live action Cutie Honey movie. She has like she's the umbrella girl that she fights towards the end. And the voice is on full effect. She did a bunch of dubs. Oh my god. She plays the voice of fucking Yolandi from the Antwoord in fucking Chappie. That's hilarious. That probably doesn't mean something to many of... Hold on. In case you don't know what this bitch sounds like, you'll understand why it's so funny that she's voiced by...
piacere me che history.
Yeah, like the only person with a voice that's actually even more ridiculous than Mayumi Shintani's. It's pretty funny to have her do her voice. Who are you responding to? No engagement. Oh no. Oh no. No engagement on my tweet that links to a YouTube video, which is automatically suppressed by Twitter, and therefore nobody ever clicks on them or engages with them. I'm shocked. Twitter trolls, man. Oh, y'all couldn't even see that because I didn't have my screen on. I forgot I don't have my screen on screen. God damn it. I was trying to... You know what? I already clicked away. I guess that guy's not going to get the recognition of being the Twitter troll I was responding to on the stream. Whatever. All right. I'm not seeming to get any new requests for anything to watch, and it is 1 a.m, so I'm thinking everybody probably is passing out. Let's all go to bed. I'll probably stream pretty early tomorrow. Like, the Simone thing's going to be at 7:30, but I'll probably be streaming much before that just because my dad gets off early on Fridays, and I have more hours that I can use the office. So, all right. See you then.